for the final round of Drift Masters. It's a bit hard to know when you leave a car sitting for 11 months outside. Yeah, it's a bit hard to know how it was going to be. So this is exactly how it was left, and this is exactly how it is now. So open this up. Got halfway through tuning it and we had the freaking tail shaft explode at 6,000 RPM. Tore the brake line out, put a hole in the floor, broke the tail shaft here, smashed the exhaust up. Just finished up on the car. Oh, I've got a couple little things to do, a couple of stickers and stuff. 4:50 in the morning. Freaking did an all-nighter. Car's going on a dyno in the morning to get finished off on the tune side of things. What's up guys? We have arrived in, I don't even know what this place is called. I think in Carey. It's south still, but more to the west. And yeah, it's about an hour and 40-minute drive from where we've been staying at the Shanahans. And we've been lucky enough to be given a dyno at APG. John's given us a dyno to be able to run the car up and finish the tune off. Unfortunately, because we're just so far away from the north now to get the car sorted, yeah, this place was just a lot closer for the little touch up we needed on the tune. Yeah, we didn't really want to drive another 5 hours or 4.5 hours back up to the north just to do a couple of runs. So thanks to John, we've got the dyno here. Dad's just running up on the dyno now. We're just putting some fuel in it and get a couple more power runs. But the car is going good. Sounds amazing. New tail shaft seems good. Yeah, things are looking up. So check this out.
Yeah, and that's probably about $700, so about 300.
Yeah, that's good, yeah.
And that's only because
so from here, unfortunately I didn't record much more until we got to the track. We didn't happen to get time to go testing, and yeah, we had to just go with the flow. I took it for a quick drive up the road, the car drove fine, and yeah, we just loaded up and headed to the track. So from here, all the footage will be at the track. So yeah, I'll chuck it in now and hopefully you guys enjoy what you see. What's up guys, we are here at Mondello Park. It's Friday, practice day, and I'm ready to go. We had a few issues on the dyno yesterday. The slave cylinder's a bit sticky. The team have just made a couple of changes, hopefully it fixes it. If not, at some point today we should have a new one come in, but it's just a matter of waiting. So, well, this weekend we're pitted with James. He's got both his cars here. Yeah, really looking forward to this weekend. Brand new tyres on there, and yeah, we're ready to go for practice. New stickers look awesome. Had a big week, and yeah, let's get out for practice and see how we can get on.
break this time, Mitch?
I didn't break anything. I don't break.
You always break shit.
I don't break anything. We aren't competing in drift games today, but we had an hour practice session for Drift Masters. The rain has just come down. It didn't rain while we were out there, but we got 4 laps and the car is on song. We didn't have any new tyres to put on for the second battle because Tyre Man didn't get our new tyres on in time. So we went out in second handies and we managed to still put in some good laps. So today went great. I'll take you around the car so you can have a look. We had a couple of rubs with a few people, but yeah, overall it was a really good session. So as you guys saw, day 2 went pretty good. We only had an hour practice session, got 4 laps in. The car felt great. Towards the end we had a bit of a power steering issue and the steering was jamming up and getting a bit stuck. So we had another spare one in the van, so we put that on, and coming into day 3 we were feeling very confident with the car, and for 4 laps practice we were very happy with how everything was going. So going into day 3 we were very confident. It had rained all night, all morning, and the track was saturated for practice in the morning. I'll put the footage in now so you guys can see, and yeah, I'll fill you guys in as we go along. See, practice went absolutely amazing. The car was finally on point. We had some awesome chase runs in practice, and I was probably the most confident I've felt in that green car in a long time. Obviously not been in that car for 11 months. It was really good to be so comfortable. Yeah, from here we go into qualifying now. So here's the footage, and yeah, I'll fill you guys in after qualifying.
Well, we go back to the start line when we will see an Australian driver, Mitch Larner, coming back to the Drift Masters European Championship. Made his debut last year in 2018 and looking very, very strong day this weekend.
The thunder from down under. There's been plenty of thunder this weekend. He brought the weather with him, I think, and the Australian is a very exciting guy to watch. He finished second in the Irish Championship last year. He's competed in the 4-minute Drift Championship in round 1 this year. Plenty of experience all around the world, coming in very hot into that first corner at the moment, going right out to that wall, tagging the wall is Mitch Larner. He said he was coming this weekend to make a name for himself, and that's, I think, exactly what he's doing with runs like that, pushing this supercharged V8 car all the way around this track, and I'm sure that all of Australia is watching on and cheering him on in this competition. He's a big fan base back home in Australia, and they will be staying up quite late tonight to make sure. Oh, and a big error straight away as he comes out of the roundabout. I was just about to say no major errors yet, but he just seemed to stall up a little bit there on the gear change. They had some issues with this car during the week, including the prop shaft coming through the floor of the car when it was on the rolling road. It was a very dangerous situation. Prop shaft left go, came up through, cut a hole in the floor of the car, and they had a lot of repair work to do to just make it this weekend. But when you've come all the way from Australia, you'll try anything. And he went to the Charlatans, as I call it, the boneyard for cars. They put pieces together, they got that car running, and look at that wall run from Mitch Larner. Impressive stuff.
Yeah, he looked. Yeah, exactly that. We go back and we take a look inside the cockpit of this car. Mitch Larner, the thunder from down under. Well, he said to me yesterday, I'm coming for the 2020 Drift Masters European Championship. I'm campaigning a program, and I'm going to mess this weekend up just for the fun of it, Dave.
Well, he sits on a 0 after his first run, so he's got to get it all done here on his second. One chance to get it done for Mitch Larner. Cannot afford any mistakes here. Fires in a huge speed into that first corner, pushing wide, but a little bit of a mistake. Not as big as his first run, but he cannot afford to have a straighten or two wheels off the track here. He has to get a score on the board. And Mitch Larner probably playing this a tentative game now at the moment, not trying to take bigger risks, but he's coming in very hot here. Will he stay on the track? Oh, he's got way off the track and hit all of those cones which are way outside, and that could be very close to a 0 for Mitch Larner, as the judges saying being lenient, but that was way off track. As Mitch Larner tries to scrap together something on this run, it might not be the weekend he hoped for. He came here to make another name for himself, but it looks like the biggest names in the game are struggling. We talked about the unpredictability of this track. We told you this one was going to mess everything up, and if yesterday in the Irish Championship was anything to go by, we had a complete underdog win the event. Ian, and there you have it, 2 double zeros for Mitch Larner as he goes out of the competition. And if you see Larner out of the competition, Dean and Shanahan also on zeros. What sort of a day have we ahead of us? You can't take your eyes off it.
So, unfortunately, guys, as you see, we double zeroed. First time ever in qualifying for me in drifting. It was a very tough pill to swallow, and unfortunately from there the cameras were turned off, and yeah, no more talking was done at that point. So now I'm going to fill you in. So at that point, I was coming out of the roundabout, I upshifted on my first run, and as I upshifted, there was a damaged dog ring inside the gearbox that we found out later in the week. I've got footage, I'll put that in my next video, which you'll see in the coming weeks of the Tully Oval episode. I'll give you a full rundown on all the stuff that's broken, and we've got videos of all that. But anyway, when I upshifted from second to third, it actually fully missed third gear and went to fourth,
to make sure,
obviously straightened me up. When we got back to the pits, we were a bit unsure of how everything was going to go. So I decided, obviously we're going to have to try and play it safe on the second run, just get a score on the board, and then we'll see what we can work out. We played a little bit too safe. I didn't want to down change in the gearbox once I was in third, in case it did the same thing again. So when I came into the roundabout, I just came in a little bit too hot, so I was still in the higher gear. And if you actually look at the photos too, the cones were actually in a different place to the runs before, because everybody kept knocking them over. And everybody, unfortunately, was double zeroing on the track conditions. As you could see, there was mud all over the track. The weather was absolutely crazy. It was so wet. It was so slippery. And as you can see in the second run, there was smoke leading into the roundabout, and there was so much grip coming up the hill. And then when you get into the roundabout, it was just so slippery that you couldn't slow the car down. And unfortunately, we didn't get patchy conditions in practice, and I wasn't prepared for the situation, and we had the car too gripped up for the wet and not for the dry as well. So yeah, but unfortunately we double zeroed, and that was our weekend over. So from here, guys, that is the end of the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. Unfortunately, we didn't get to make any results that weekend, but from this video here, we actually extended our flights and we stayed a whole nother week. We refreshed the gearbox, and we did a lot of travelling around and driving around, and we competed the next weekend at Tully Oval in the north of Ireland. That episode will be coming out in the next coming days. Stick around, keep an eye out for that, and yeah, hope you guys enjoy. I'm trying to get all these videos out that I've been a little bit slack with, but now that we've got some downtime this year, I'm going to get through them all and get them out to you guys. So hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share for us, guys, and we'll see you on the next episode.